So what is your carbon footprint? The entire amount of greenhouse gases produced by a person is their carbon footprint. Climate change is caused by those gases, making the planet warmer. Because of climate change, glaciers are melting and animals are losing their Arctic homes. When the animals that need the cold and ice lose their homes, they can become endangered, which also affects the entire food chain. Typically, a household in the United States of America produces 8.1 tons of carbon dioxide equivalents each year. Here is what one community in Virginia did to stop it.
So, if you want to help the Earth, you have to recycle.
I know, you've heard it before, but still, some people don't think that throwing away something that could be recycled makes much of a difference. But it does. When an average family recycles half of their total trash for a year, they just saved 2,400 pounds of carbon dioxide equivalents from being released into the air.
I buy my food locally.
Growing our garden right here, and so we don't have the fossil fuels that you'd burn if you had to deliver it across the country. I noticed at the grocery store, for example, that we get fruits and vegetables and they bring them from California all the way across the country here to Virginia. And I think also because we garden organically, that we don't use pesticides and fertilizers that are made out of fossil fuels and chemicals that can pollute the planet.
Eating organic food uses around 40% less energy than non-organic food. When Megan eats locally, it requires less transportation, which also produces less greenhouse gases.
Or, like most of the time when I have to go into town, I just take my bicycle.
The average car releases 0.82 pounds of greenhouse gases per mile. It might not seem like much, but in 2011, light trucks and cars released 1.1 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalents. Riding your bike to a grocery store or farmer's market instead of driving can help reduce that number by a very small amount, but it adds up.
Done with a room, you have to turn off the lights or else it'll waste batteries.
No, it does not waste batteries, but it does waste electricity. Electricity takes a lot of energy to make. In 2011, 12% of the greenhouse gases produced by the United States was from making electricity. When 1 kilowatt hour of energy is produced, 1.3 pounds of carbon dioxide is emitted.
And I try not to use any more water than I have to. That'd be the other one I use, and that's really an energy connection because it takes a lot of energy to get water. It takes a lot of water to make energy too.
What I do to help with climate change is called xeriscaping, and it's gardening where you use native plants and those that use very little extra water.
You can also write to your congressional representatives or senators about climate change so that you can help make a difference, not only in your community, but across the nation. If you do simple things, like turning off lights, biking, and using solar panels, you can make a huge difference. You and your community can help stop climate change now.